Hi everyone, this is Boy 2009, and in this video I'm going to be reacting to Mythical Juice's take on my own original series, The Choo-Choos. His episode is called Turntable Troubles, so let's see how this plays out. It was another day in Brioville. Okay. I do like how you are starting the episode on just a black screen. That's similar to how I do it. The trains are doing their jobs as usual. Okay. What is this? The Sharon Miller era of Thomas and Friends? On the island of Sodor, all the engines are proud to work for the Fat Controllers Railway. That's basically what that reminds me of right there. Alright, so, first of all, I love how you interpreted Brioville here. I love how you depict it with all the various junctions coming out of the turntable. Like, my own depiction of Brioville turntable here is that it's just a turntable leading to the train yard, but the fact that you make it a turntable that leads to all of the various different parts of Brioville, I think is very smart, and I think I might take note of that. I see you have the airport, which isn't actually a thing in my own version of the world, but it will be shortly, once I get my hands on it. I also like how you apparently make Smarty the main character of this, seeing as I haven't featured him in any of my episodes, but I do have a plan to later on. So, let's see what everybody gets up to here. But a prisoner escaped jail and is going on the train. Alright, wonder where this is gonna go. This is gonna be going. So it says, the metro train arrived at the local turntable. Okay. I don't have any plans to get the red metro train as of now, so this is a completely original character to you, and you are free to do whatever you want with it. I do have a plan to get the yellow metro train. Yes, you heard me, the yellow metro train. And it's going to be called Underground Arlo. So the prisoner gets off and... Oh, and then he's like sneaking up on Carlos or something. It's pretty funny what he does there. So he's just like hijacking the turntable, and I assume he's gonna like cause trouble or something.
Boo! Huh?
And then Carlos goes all like Mr. Asparagus, and he's like fainting on the spot. Like, it's pretty funny.
I can't wait for my first passenger.
Smarty is getting his first ever passenger. Alright then, so he is. Okay, let's see how this goes. So he comes up to the station. A little pro tip here, I notice that the lights on the SmartTech sound engine are red. When they're always red like that, if it's not responding to action tunnels as well, that means you need to change its batteries. It'll physically tell you when its battery is running low. So he stops at the station.
Yes, this is my first train ride.
And he picks up who I assume to be Daniel from the Village Range. I think that's who he was. And then he goes away.
Whoa, this is fun.
I'm pretty sure we all know what would have happened if it was Steamer pulling that train. He'd be all like he'd probably have a cylinder housing to pick with the magnetic bell signal, but Smarty doesn't. He's a very grand old man. He does everything with patience and everything.
Fun.
Passenger, do you see that?
Yeah?
Well, I think it's ignoring us. Let's go.
I also like how you gave Smarty, like, this robotic artificial intelligence voice that really suits what he is, a smart engine. And I was thinking of doing something similar, like, in my own adaptation of the Choo-Choos. I was originally planning for him to talk solely through the repeat after me feature that he has. But I do like this, Now what the heck? Okay, let's replay that part here.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. And then just the train comes in, and then the robber's like, nope, and then he turns the turntable, and then Smarty goes all wonky, like his, I assume his AI is, like, failing. He's like, what is this guy turning me onto the wrong track? And then he just goes on like nothing happened.
Breaking news. Smart train survives dangerous crash. All the citizens are cheering for him at Brioville Airport. Go Daniel!
Did they say go Daniel? I think they did, yeah.
At Brioville Airport. Go Daniel!
Yeah, go Daniel. Alright then. I also like how you interpreted Brioville Airport. I am gonna get the airport set soon enough, and I think I'm gonna make that Brioville Airport as well. I do also have a plan to get the airport monorail set, if I can ever find it. Because, you know, I got the steam engine set. I should have no trouble finding the airport monorail set for a decent price, right? Foreshadowing. Anyway, a few minutes later. Alright, so we see Comrade... Captain Cargo, that's what he is. The green one's Comrade Cargo, and the orange one is Captain Cargo. Gave him that name when he came in the gold train. So he's waiting at the turntable. And assume it's gonna go wonky again or something. We'll have to see how he deals with that. Oh, and then here comes 413.
Oh, hi, Comrade Cargo's brother. Hi, 413.
Comrade Cargo's brother. I think I'm gonna start, like, a trend where KB and 413, the troublemaking teenager diesels of the Brioville and Wild Toys, they just call Captain Cargo Comrade Cargo's brother just to, like, piss him off and something. Like, I think you inspired me to start that little running gag between the two.
Wait a minute. Do you see that up there? Probably just a Halloween costume. Dude, it's not even Halloween! Nah.
And it's actually the 4th of July as I'm recording this, so happy Independence Day to all my fellow Americans. And yet here I am as a Swedish toy train enthusiast.
You're just making it so I'm late for delivering my cargo. I mean, see, look at the turntable. It came normally. Nothing strange.
Came normally, nothing strange. I love how you put the two of them arguing like 413 would argue with KB. He's arguing with Captain Cargo just like that. Like, 413 has always been this, like, mad, rude, all diesels are mean stereotype. And I think you portrayed him quite fittingly there.
Anyways, time to get on. Okay, let's go. Ah, I'm going to throw up! Help!
You know what this reminds me of? That one scene in Toy Trains for You when there was, like, the big little machine that was at the Steamworks, and then it, like, spun Percy around like that, and then he came out, and then, like, he just falls apart. That's what that reminds me of. Also, sweet Tayo the Little Bus cameo up there, only just now noticing that.
Oh, please! Oh, why didn't you listen to me? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna call the cops to save you. Hello? Hello? 911, what's your emergency?
I also like the idea of the locomotives just being able to, like, have radios in them and telephone control. That is something that I'm going to implement in the future, but calling the cops, that's modern technology there.
I think your prisoner escaped and is now controlling the turntable. I'll be right there.
And we have the infamous police vehicle that can run on train tracks.
Prisoner, put your hands up. Great, now calm down here, immediately. Come on, get in the back.
I just love how the policeman's just all like all sneaky and such. Come on, get in the back. Like I know he's got something up his sleeve. And then this here's Carlos's wife, I assume. That's very sad.
I have bad news.
Carlos.
What? There's a high chance she'll die, and a low chance she'll live. But there's just low, but not zero. I also heard it that if you pat her, her chances of living will be higher.
Did you say that if you pat her, her chances of living will be... okay, I don't really understand your philosophy by that, but I kind of find this a little heartwarming. I feel like I think I do have that figure, and I might, like, implement, like, a relationship between Carlos and that figurine that I don't remember ever having a name for. And I do like how you chose the, to use that. Is that, like, the piece of the turntable? The IKEA Lillibo turntable? I have that, and I think I've never thought of using it for, like, just like a medical bed like that. That's pretty clever how you've decided to interpret that. And then that's the end. Alright then, so, in all, Mythical Juice, I just gotta say, I really, really like your story that you came up with. The whole story of the turntable going rogue and everything. And I love how you interpreted the characters. You've inspired me to do a little bit of the same with some of my own. And this is overall gonna inspire a little bit more of future episodes of the Choo-Choos, just like the dynamics between some more of the characters, and I love all the references to material you included. It's very faithful to the original Choo-Choos series, and I like how you edited the episode. That's something that I don't do yet, but I am gonna have to learn to do that and figure out how to do that. And overall, I really, really like all that you've done with my IP, and I do allow you to continue using my characters, but not as much so as to infringe copyright laws if there were any. Like, I'll just put in my detailed thoughts in the description. I can't really find the words as of now. But anyways, I think that's gonna wrap it up. It's about time this video comes to a conclusion anyway, because it's getting pretty long for a reaction video. So, as always, keep your friends close and your trains closer. I've been BrioBoy2009, and I've been working on the railroad.